everyone, and welcome back to another week in my fourth grade class. Hello, if you're new to my channel, my name is Mariely Sanchez and I'm a fourth grade teacher in South Florida. This is week 37 out of week 39, out of 39 weeks of this school year. Next week will be week 38. The following week, which is the last week, is week 39. I am actually coming to you from Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. I didn't vlog yesterday because it was a very long day, and right after school, right after dismissal, I had a meeting with administration, and then after that, I had to get going because I had a PD I had to do at night, but then my car wouldn't start. So I had to find someone to give me a jump, and then I ended up taking my car to the dealer, and I ended up needing a new battery, so I waited there, and then I wasn't able to make it to my PD at night. It was a whole ordeal, so I'm coming to you today to let you know what we ended up doing yesterday and today. So yesterday, Monday, I started with my block 1, which is my homeroom, in the morning, and we ended up reading 4 chapters yesterday. Crazy, but a lot of those chapters were very short, so I was able to read all 4 in one day. The students loved it, and then I had them do a reflection, which I'll show you how that looks like in a moment. Then with my block 2, I also ended up reading 4 chapters with them, but they're a little bit behind the other class. So they are not fully caught up. They're maybe 1 or 2 chapters behind them, but I'm slowly catching up all the classes so that we hopefully could be done with Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Friday. I forgot to mention that's what we're reading. We're reading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Percy and the Olympians series. And the students are loving the Greek mythology and everything that's happening and the action and Percy's, character as himself, because it's a first-person perspective novel. Students are absolutely loving it. So my afternoon class, my block 2 yesterday, were also able to do a reflection on the chapters that they read. So I'll show that in a moment. Then I ended up also having today to read with that block 1. My block 1 I had in the afternoon today. We only read 2 chapters. They want to read more, but I really want to finish by Friday, so I said, no. We read 4 chapters yesterday, so today definitely 2 chapters. And then with my block 2, which I had this morning, I wanted to review everything that has happened so far. That's my ELL group. So a lot of the stuff, the summary, I should say, not stuff, the summaries, I had to translate it so I can let them know what has happened in the book so far so they can complete their reflections. And I showed them an example of my reflection so they have an idea how to complete it. And I told them they could write it in their home language if that makes it easier. And because I just want them to enjoy the story, And then with my block 1, which I had this afternoon, we read those 2 chapters, and then I did a new activity with them, which I can't wait to show you. So let's go over there and show you all the cool things. This is the reflection paper that I created. All of these resources that I have been working with Percy Jackson, I have made them myself. So this is Percy Jackson. This is the reflection. They had to reflect on what we had read and then draw a picture. So for that group, they had read 4 chapters, which were around what I just wrote here. And then I just drew 1 picture that stood out from those chapters. So it's just a quick sketch of something that represents something important from those chapters. So that's what we did with my block 2 this morning. I also wanted to show you this really cool thing. This is something that I have done in the past. These are chapter summaries by, oh my God, I think Teacher Thrive or something like that. I forgot, but I'll link her down below. This was her original idea, and she wrote a blog about it, how she did it. But these are chapter summaries that are done in these little kind of printouts that you can create, and you put them inside of a file folder, have the students decorate the cover, and then do one for each chapter. This is something I did years ago. I really don't have time to do it with my students this year, but they would draw a picture related to something important that happened in that chapter, and then inside they would write a short summary about what happened in that particular chapter. So I showed the students this because I thought it was really cool, and also another way to show them a summary of everything that has happened so far in the story. And I like to refer to this from time to time. So that is my little folder. And on the back, we had done a character analysis. I'm still going to do this with my students. It's just going to look a little different than this. They're going to choose a character and then choose different character traits that represent that character, and then they'll write something about it. So it is a visual, it's a word cloud visual, but it's also going to be taken to writing. Now, let me show you. For my block 1, which I had this afternoon, I created this little printable. is just on one sheet of paper, nothing in the back, because you fold it like, you know, one of those little foldable invitations. You fold it like this, and then once you fold it this way, you fold it that way, and then it makes a little booklet. And this is the little reflection that I created for my afternoon class. So they read chapter 15 and 16, and on the inside, they had both chapters here. They wrote what was their favorite part and why, something they found interesting, and a question they still have about the chapter. And on the back, they draw something that stands out from these two chapters that was important, which could be many things. So this ended up being the one that I created as my example. So here's what I wrote about each of those chapters, those two chapters. And then on the back, that's my little drawing, which shows the Lotus Casino, which was an important part in these two chapters. So I just want to quickly share with you those little resources and activities that we have been doing with our novel study. The students are super excited. The school year is winding down. I can't believe how quickly it's happening. So my plan is finish the book by Friday. Next week, Tuesday, the students have their award ceremony. And after the award ceremony, the parents can sign them out and continue celebrating home. So I might not have a lot of students. And then on Wednesday, when everybody comes back, you know, we're going to watch the movie Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief, and then have them compare and contrast the movie with the book and what they found interesting, give the movie a rating, give their thoughts. How was it similar to book? How was it different? And stuff like that. So can't wait to do that next week. And if we have time, even though we're not reading it, I'll just tell them a little bit more about how it's different from the movie. If we have time, we can also watch The Sea of Monsters as well. So that is all I have to share for yesterday and today. I hope you stick around and find out how we finish the rest of the week. See you tomorrow. Welcome to the end of the day on Wednesday. Just finished dismissal, and I actually used my planning time today very productively. I already planned for next week, which is a 4-day school week. It is week 38 out of 39 weeks, like I mentioned earlier in the vlog. And today we were just reading through as many chapters as we could. I'm trying to catch up both classes. I now have one class that is like literally one chapter behind the other class. Hopefully tomorrow I can get them all caught up. We'll see, crossing my fingers. And this morning when I started with my block 1, I had them start on a quick write related to the Lotus Casino and Hotel. That was part of one of the chapters we read. So this is the quick write right here. So it has the directions there, and I wanted them to share what they would choose to do. Would they choose to stay at the Lotus Casino, or would they choose to leave and explain why? We didn't have enough time for the students to share their responses, but tomorrow we should definitely have some time since I end with that class at the end of the day, and I have more time in the afternoon than I do before lunch. So we're going to read 3 chapters with that class and then have students share their responses, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what they will say. With my block 2, which is my ESOL class, mostly my ESOL students are in there, and we read like 3 chapters today. Yeah, 3 chapters today. So they're really catching up with the other class. My goal again, like I said, is to finish reading the entire book by Friday. It's a hefty goal, but I think we could do it, hopefully. So that next week, all we're doing is focusing on watching the movie and comparing the movie to the book. And on Tuesday, we also have our end of the year awards. So everything's coming to a close. I can't believe the year is ending already. It feels like I just blinked and I was at the beginning of the year and now I'm at the end. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go to a faculty meeting right now, so I will let you know what happens tomorrow. We are now at the end of the day on Thursday, and from what you can tell from my face, I am not feeling really well. I have come down with a really bad cold. I woke up feeling okay this morning, but as the day has progressed, it has just been worse and worse. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I look like I've been crying a lot. I haven't. It looks like allergies, but I wish it was. It's not allergies. I just need to sleep and rest. So I will not be coming in tomorrow, Friday. So I'm ending the vlog today. I did want to let you know that both classes read parts of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. My block 2, which I started with today, caught up with my block 1. So both classes are pretty much in the same place. And I think block 2 is now ahead 1 chapter, but that's good. We'll finish the story next week. Next week is another week. I would just worry about that then. The highlight for today was a cook-off. So students were working with their math and science teachers on creating a solar oven using pizza boxes and aluminum foil, etc. They had some videos to watch. They had a couple of weeks to come up with it and turn it in. And then today they used their solar oven. My co-teacher wasn't here today. She's actually been sick for the past 2 days. So I had the students take all their solar ovens from both classes outside. Another fourth grade teacher who has been leading this. Thank you so much to Mr. Toledo. It was his idea. He has led the whole thing, created the schedule, and really encouraged the students to participate. So he allowed us to put the solar ovens out when we went to lunch so they can get hot. And then after lunch, we brought out the ingredients, and the students first made nachos, which was just chips and cheese on top, put it in the solar oven so the cheese can melt, and they ate their nachos. And then after that, they made s'mores, so just graham crackers, marshmallows, and Hershey's chocolate. So it was me and the substitute teacher, which is another teacher from the school. He has another class, but they used him to cover for my co-teacher. So shout out to Mr. Jimenez. Thank you so much for helping me out today. So yeah, in the middle of me feeling sick, don't worry, I used gloves, I stayed away from the kids, all that jazz. We, between him and I, we helped the kids use aluminum foil and put all their foods and serve the kids, and had this rotation going on outside in the heat, I should say, because we were not in the sun, we were in the shade. But still, I was super thirsty and super exhausted by the time I made it back to my classroom, and feeling a lot worse. So it's been a day, but the students had a really great time with their solar ovens, creating their delicious treats and having a great time. So I'm very happy for them. And these are the sub-plans that I have left. I went ahead and created these for, of course, since we're doing the novel study. So all of this I put together. Here are the directions. I wrote the chapter summaries for these 4 chapters, chapter 15, 16, 17, and 18. So students can recall important things that happen in those chapters, so they can do their annotations and draw a picture for each chapter. So they have one for 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then they have a writing prompt on who they think their godly parent would be and why. So they should write all the way. And then I gave them some fun pages. So a coloring page with Percy, Grover, and Annabeth that I found online, and a Greek mythology word search just for some funsies. So they have that. And then, of course, I have my lesson plan instructions right here. So yeah, I didn't want to get sick for my birthday. My birthday is actually on Saturday, May 27. But I am going to go ahead and take tomorrow off. I really haven't taken any day off. I shouldn't even say a day off. They have all been sick days, so I'm taking another sick day. But I haven't taken a sick day since January when my mom was in the hospital. So I've been very good at coming to school, but right now I need to rest and I need to listen to my body. So this is the end of week 37. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you, because you are capable of great things. See you next time.